Lately I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah.
What's up? This your boy Cole with Cole Cowboys Sports Report, where I bring you the latest and greatest content of the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that like button, sub up to me, and ding that notification bell so you know what I'm dropping. So, hey, I've been on this whole Odell Beckham signing for a minute, man. I usually don't do stuff like this because we know that the Cowboys front office be full of it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said in other videos, this seems different. I'm gonna dig into the Odell Beckham situation, but I also want to go ahead and tap in with what our great coach Jimmy Johnson had to say. So basically, on 105.3 The Fan, hey, shout out to them. Shane and RJ, they do a great job of little interviews. They ask the questions that we want to know. You know what I'm saying? And they're not shy about beating around the bush with it. They go right into the details, which I love. And Jimmy Johnson, of course they ask, regular questions like, back in the 90s, him and Jerry Jones's relationships and, blah, blah, blah. We know it. We know that Jerry Jones is not going to put him in the Ring of Honor, even though he deserves it. That's not what I'm on. What I zoomed in on is this. So I got this clip right here basically saying that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Basically, Jimmy Johnson's views on the Philadelphia Eagles, and is he sold on them?
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sold on Philadelphia. And the Cowboys are going to be able to get Philadelphia at home. The 49ers, they're in a hole right now, but they've got a talented team. They might have a shot. Green Bay's really not any good, even though I'm sure they'll put up an effort here this weekend. But, the NFC's down. I think the Cowboys have as good a shot, in fact, a better shot than most anybody there. And it'll come down to that Christmas Eve game against the Eagles.
Why aren't you totally sold on Philly yet?
If you look at Philadelphia, they run a little different style of offense that gives people problems right off the bat. And most of their scoring comes early, especially in the second quarter. But once the team adjusts to that different style, the second half, they're playing them touch and go. And the other thing is a team playing them for the second time will be that better prepared for them. So, again, they've jumped on a bunch of teams early and gotten a lead, but those teams have usually come back in the second half. So I like seeing that offense for the second time will help Dallas, and especially being at home.
Man, that shit had me, rolling because this basically explains everything that I've been saying. I'm not sold on the Eagles. Yeah, they're 8-0. But we've seen this many times before. We've seen this again with the 2020 Pittsburgh Steelers. And last year with the Cardinals. The Cardinals was going undefeated, and then they fell on their face. The Steelers went 11-0. They won a division, but I don't think they got number one seed that year. No, they didn't. They had to play a wild card round, and they went out there and wet the bed against the Browns. Let me tell you something, man. We need to stop. We need to stop the cap with this Eagles team. Now, they do have weapons, but I've seen many times before with this Eagles team. They play, okay in the first quarter. Second quarter, that's when they really kind of stack up most of their points. And the next second half, they basically on cruise control. You know what I'm saying? And they had teams that really, really battled them, but it just wasn't enough. And the teams that really been battling was teams that weren't even supposed to be in the battle in the first place. Like, you got teams like the Texans that was tied 14-14 at halftime. The Texans didn't even have Brandon Cooks playing that game. The Eagles are heavily stacked. Why is the score 14-14? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at all these Eagle content creators and, you know, and people that's rooting for the Eagles and the media stuff. It's no excuse, man. You know, we had the number one scoring offense in the league last year. And we had a hot streak going. We was putting up points, throwing teams away, embarrassing them. This Eagles team's not doing that. And they'll try to shade you talking about, but we're beating teams with double digits. You say you're beating teams by 10 points? You impressed with that? With all the weapons you got? You impressed with beating a team by 10 points? I mean, the Texans game, what was the score? Like 26-17? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, that's not impressive to me. To a Texans team that only won one game. One game. Like, so Jimmy Johnson basically spitting out the facts. You know what I'm saying? He named out every weakness they got. And he was saying that their biggest competitor is the Cowboys. And that's true, because when they beat us, they beat us with Cooper Rush. Now, they'll go out and try to flex it and say, because we do have dumbass fans, and say, well, y'all wanted to trade Dak Prescott for and keep Cooper Rush. He would, I wasn't on that dumb bandwagon train with Cooper Rush. I knew Cooper Rush would, he was playing good enough to keep us in the game, but our defense stepped up dramatically for Cooper Rush. Shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? And then when it came to a point where the Eagles made Cooper Rush play as a quarterback instead of just handing the ball off, that's whenever things start hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? And that was the biggest turnout, failure of our game that time. He threw 3 interceptions. Dak Prescott wouldn't throw 3 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm getting at with the thing. It's funny. Eagle fans, like I would never give y'all too much credit, because y'all don't know how to take credit and y'all don't know how to return credit back. You know what I'm saying? So, and we don't need your credit, to be honest with you. But neither here nor there, man. My boy Jimmy Johnson definitely went out there, spoke true facts, and, this is what they need to hear. You know what I'm saying? I believe that we are a big threat. I believe that they probably might struggle with the Commanders on Monday Night Football. The Giants always play hard against Philadelphia. So they about to get tested, in the Titans, of course. So I'm not seeing them going 17-0. You know what I'm saying? That's just not going to happen. Now, I'm done with that. I want to get over to this conversation. So 105.3 The Fan, they had my guy Bobby Belt, Cowboys insider. And everything that Bobby Belt speaks, you know what I'm saying? He's not biased to the fact at all. He will go in on this team. You know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciate, his work. And with all the stuff going on with the Odell Beckham Jr. Situation, he's basically out there saying, dude, this is different. This is different. Like, players are reaching out to OBJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ezekiel Elliott said, we want him. Out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Michael Parsons definitely not shying away from it. Today, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott will be interviewed. And I am looking to see how they're going to respond to it, because they're going to be asked about OBJ. Will Dak Prescott go out and be like, hey, yes, I want OBJ on my team? Will CeeDee Lamb be like, yeah, I need OBJ because he can help me out? You know what I'm saying? That's where it's going to count, man. To me, I believe if the players just keep coming out and saying, we want OBJ, we want him to come so we can get that, make that push to a championship. The NFC is open. We haven't even hit our ceiling yet. You know what I'm saying? We've been through, adversities. We've been through the hard thing without having our quarterback, and we still was able to, come through. We went through the losses. You know what I'm saying? We've been through all that. and we are getting better. What great thing could happen if the front office just say, you know what, let's go ahead and get OBJ so we can make this deep playoff run. A lot of people talking about, well, he just came off 2 ACL tears, blah blah blah. I'm sure he'll have enough juice to get us through, because we don't need him now in the season. You know what I'm saying? Let him rehab. We got great NFL trainers. Our medical staff is top notch. Top notch. Get him accumulated with the system. You know what I'm saying? Let him learn the playbook. And then we can make that deep January run. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's coming to our team for that deep run. Now, I know he wants to do like a long, contract. He wants to be somewhere he's settled. You know, a lot of Cowboy fans that we have, they not too high on Odell because of his past and how he was a drama. I want that. I want a passionate wide receiver. He's the, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he would be toxic in the locker room. One thing I look at his social media. I looked at his TikTok. Whenever a man reaches a stage in his life, when he has a child and he becomes a father, a lot of stuff gets put into play on how they react, how they want to move forward with their life. I believe with him having his son, he's at the point where I want to settle down. I want to be at one spot. And I want, you know what I'm saying? I used to do all that stuff for me. Now I want to do this for him. You know what I'm saying? And that changes a lot of people. I genuinely think, and I wasn't, and hey, I'll say it right here. Back in the day, I used to be like, man, OBJ just ain't worth it, man. He just too much. You know what I'm saying? I used to be that guy. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold past things on him. I see that he's grown into a better person. So I'm all for that, man. That was a long time ago. He'd been through a lot of trials and tribulations in his life. He came out, he went with the Rams, he kept his head down, there was no drama, and they won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all in for it, man. And Bobby Belt basically said that 2 weeks from now, he's pretty confident that Odell Beckham will have that star on his helmet. So let's see, man. That brings a lot of high joy to me. I can give a damn what Eagle fans think. To me, they come and they want to comment and be like, man, OBJ, y'all desperate and stuff. They saying that to calm themselves down because they're scared. They're scared of us. You know what I'm saying? They're scared of what we can become. They know that we're a threat. And hell, they admitted whenever we got rid of Amari Cooper that, you know what I'm saying, they were happy because Amari Cooper used to torch them. Now they like, oh, we just got CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? We got A.J. Brown. Now we got a better wide receiver core. We can do this. I would argue, shoot, they scared that if we get OBJ, things going to go crazy. And then we got that defense. They not ready, man. They finding all types of excuses saying, oh, well, you can get Odell, but they'll only help us because y'all will get away from the running game, which is helping y'all a lot. Bullshit. We can still run the ball on y'all. You know what I'm saying? We can still throw on y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all doing. We can do that just as well. So, shout out to all the haters, man. Shout out to all the Philadelphia Eagle haters. Of course, y'all welcome to come. You know what I'm saying? Troll. Just when you troll, makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Go challenge me. Challenge me, man. But either way, man, hey, a lot of more news is going to be broken out today. I do work my late shift, so when I get off, I'm going to drop a late video of the interview of Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. And hey, we almost in the end. This is the second half of the season. I'm ready to see what we gonna do against them Green Bay Packers this weekend, man. A lot of exciting news this week, man. The Green Bay Packers got an injury report list as long as a CVS receipt with coupons. Hey, with that being said, please like, please subscribe, please share, or just hit the like button. It's gonna circulate into the YouTube world. I want everybody to get all my news, man. I want to grow this nation as much as possible. I appreciate everybody that supported me. I appreciate everybody that's hitting me up on my subscriptions. A lot of my Twitter followers that I follow back, I see y'all poking in, man. I appreciate y'all giving your boy a chance and supporting me, man. I do not overlook nobody. I remember your name, so I appreciate y'all hitting me up. Y'all be easy. Go Cowboys.